Okay, there we go. Set up. Everything is set up. Now we wait. But should theoretically be good to go. Okay. Well, let's not waste too much time after all. We're basically in the middle of replaying the base game. So, yeah. And Rob, welcome to the stream. I see you are kind of early. But so am I today. Haha, no one's telling me I'm late today. 81% progress, that's great to hear. By the way, so far, since you are apparently further than I am, are there a lot of differences between this one and the original game or nah? Like, is it worth doing both the regular ending and the happy ending, or should I just go straight for the happy ending because there's not too much different? Or is it not even worth hanging out with the other characters at all? Oh well. Trying for 3 hours to get that one special poem? Ooh, okay then. Good luck on that. Happy ending equals new image? Okay. In that case we will go for... is it worth going for the regular ending as well? Or should we just go... Should I just change my plans and go straight for the happy ending? I mean, we still have some time before we need to make that decision. Normal ending equal... Okay, we're doing both. We're doing both endings. Okay, it's been decided. It's been decided. Okay, let's keep going for Natsuki for now. Let's see if I still have her figured out. I don't think any of these words are too good. I think I'm gonna go... Yeah, no, that wasn't it. It's been decided. Yeah, bean, because Natsuki is a cute little innocent bean. Funny. Puppy. Kitty. Pout. Parfait. I feel like there are too many Sayori words in here now. Vibrant. I guess that was more for her. Okay, fine. If you write a poem for each character, you get new image. Like first poems are... Oh! That's interesting. So one poem each, and that's a different image too. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. For now, let's focus on the Natsuki route, get that ending, then we'll try going for the happy ending, and then we can try to mix and mash. Actually, no, before we try to mix things up, I think that's when we go and check out the new side quests, finally. Or should we mix and match before that? Oh, we'll see, we'll see. We still have time until we get there. Swimsuit. Kawaii. Milk. Games. Hair. Anime. Skirt. Boop. Lollipop. Poof. Let's throw in another Yuri word just because I'm not sure about these ones, so analysis, sure. Doki doki. You delete Monica and you get to the ending. Okay. So wait. So you finish. So you do the neutral ending, get the final, completely finish the game on neutral, and then once you boot up the game again, then you delete her again. After you've already finished the game. Am I understanding that correctly? Well, there are so many secrets in here that I never would find normally after you restart. For now, save that stuff until we actually get there, because I feel like I'm just getting overwhelmed with information now. Too much information. Bubbles, email. She do be liking her emails. And of course we have to start off with Monica. quit the DLC, then click no? We can do that later. If you remind me after... If you remind me when I'm about to end the stream, then we'll try that. Okay, Monica.
Oh man, I'm the last one here again.
Don't worry, I just walked in too. And I gotta warm up to these voices. It's been like, what, 4, 5 days since my previous stream? 4 or 5 days, if I'm not mistaken, so... That's a while. Wasn't expecting to take such a long break. I wasn't expecting to take a break at all, actually, but oh well. Yeah, I know what you mean, I'll do that later.
Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I am super happy that you are willing to help out for the festival too.
I can't wait for the festival. At least her voice I can pick up again very quickly. It's... What just happened to the music? Well, that didn't sound like a proper loop. Oh well. It's gonna be great.
Huh? Were you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki?
Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. Also checking poem words, text in the files on the desk. Get an achievement? I have a bunch of stuff to check out in that case, but it'll all happen in due time. Let's first focus on doing what we came here to do, which is make it to the regular ending. So, achievement for... Oh, I can talk to Monica all day, sure. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Also, Rob, since you're so active in chat, I'm assuming that you're really just hyped about all the new content. There's a fly in my room. I am in great pain. I do not like this. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid?
Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to.
Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people?
Oh, I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people?
Because it's right in your name. Monica.
Huh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay?
Fine, fine. Your reactions aren't as funny as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway.
Excuse me?
Need that one single secret poem, then I'm done with DDLC. Then only side stories. I'm really looking forward to the side stories already. I'm really looking forward to them. Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Huh? Yeah, she do be breaking the fourth wall in Act 1. This isn't the first time she's done it. She already talked about saving your game, so... You know. You're spacing out again.
Ah! Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else.
Huh? Is everything alright?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things.
Geez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see?
Sayo shows me a big smile. Alright, you go and try to get that one poem. I'm rooting for you.
Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone.
Well, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk.
Code, what's up?
Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up of Sayori recently?
Anything up with her? In what way do you mean?
Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today.
Oh, you think so? Can't say I've noticed anything about her.
Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk.
Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Code. You certainly know her a lot better than I do.
Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now.
No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try to talk to her myself.
Huh? You sure about that? It seemed like she wanted to be left alone.
Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest.
Person of interest? Yeah, she does know everything, but that's nothing new. What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Code.
Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion?
Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know.
Uh-huh.
She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her.
What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been.
You're so funny, Code. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful, because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now.
Ah, alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Actually, how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Hey, you! Who to go help with the festival? Choose Monica and Sayori first. You need to write a perfect poem for all the girls, just one, or... Wait, Monica? Alright, you're overwhelming me with information right now. I'll try. Well, I guess for Monica you write a very good poem when you actually get to sit down with her. Monica Poem Act 3, yeah. So yeah, that much is simple. But a perfect poem, so... Well, that's gonna be interesting. I'll try my best to pull that off. Huh? I look up to see Natsuki next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... Ah, sorry. Didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. Ah, that's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, then you can just tell me to leave you alone and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. Restarting the DLC. By the way, I've been thinking about it since the new content is mainly, you know, the side stories. Should I just do the side stories once I get my first ending? Should I just take a step back into the side stories after that and then do the other ending. Because part of me really wants to get to the side stories as soon as possible, because, you know, they're the new content, the big new thing, you know? I don't know. Part of me really wants to do it. But I'm not sure. She practically mumbles that last part. Nah, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Think about her? You need all the pictures from the original. Do I need them now? I mean, I'll still try to get them all, don't worry. But I'm thinking about whether or not I can actually do the side stories beforehand, but okay. Or you mean I actually need to get all the pictures in order to play the side stories? The self-yeeter. Stop. Stop. Yeah, she seems pretty down today. But she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway. You're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah. I should have thought of that. I should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time, okay? It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not! Jeez, if you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already. Yeah.
Okay, everyone.
After some time passes, Monika calls out to the club room.
Why don't we share our poems now?
Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monika, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Speaking of poems, have you noticed the slight restructuring of the Discord I've done? Ooh, it's ever so slightly different now. If you head to the Literature Club, you won't see anything in there, because what you're looking for now is the visual novel text channel. That's where all the old Literature Club stuff is in now. Because the new Literature Club text channel is just for that, literature. And not for specific games like DDLC. Haha, I changed it. I pulled a sneaky on ya. Well, it's not really pulling a sneaky if I announced it in the announcements channel, so Anyway, Natsuki last because we've written specifically for her. We'll start with just Monika. So I can get her voice out of the way.
Hi, Code. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, being the snub is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see.
Oh no, my voice. Ah.
Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Sure. I let Monika take the poem I'm holding in my hands.
Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you?
Oh, you could tell, huh? That's absolutely true.
Oh, come on, Code. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Pretending to like the manga she's into.
You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me.
Huh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Code. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have.
Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it.
So I just need to ask one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times she doesn't even know what she wants.
Monica, I know what you're doing. Stop trying to pull me and Natsuki apart. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna stick with Natsuki as long as I can. And then eventually when we do the true ending, we'll stick with Natsuki once more. But we shall head back and do the other characters too. But right now I'm sticking with her and there's nothing you can do about it.
A lot of times she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly.
Put in your Twitch nick as the name for the lie. First secret poem, The Dream. Ah, stop talking about those poems. I'm gonna see them for myself, okay? I'll see them for myself, and I'm very excited to see those secret poems. So please, remember that when it comes to the new content, I still want to keep it spoiler free here, okay? As much as possible. So, yeah. Please refrain from giving me too much info. It's not new, still. Try to refrain from giving me too much information, because otherwise I'm not gonna be surprised at anything anymore. And wouldn't that be horrible if I wasn't surprised at anything?
What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club too. And you wouldn't do that to me, right?
I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. While I care about her and the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up.
Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing.
Monica smiles sweetly. Yeah, sweetly, that's what we'll call it.
Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright?
Alright. May I read it out loud once again? The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift, the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Monica as a feather confirmed? Absolutely, yes, of course, that's exactly what we can confirm here.
You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it.
In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
You know, there's one thing I noticed. Seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy.
Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional?
Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, and sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think?
We have our own little literature club. Head over to Discord, there's a literature club for everyone who wants to share. Same secret poem 7 times. Yikes. Sorry to hear that.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, you better not spoil. Alright, let's go for Yuri next. She's just gonna turn us away anyway. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now. There we go. Next up, Sayori.
It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki.
Huh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe. That's not really what I meant though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping. And that makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club?
Oh no, my voice. Well, of course I am.
Good! That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Code.
Sayori, is there something wrong?
Huh? No, nothing. I am just a little tired today.
Alright. Just tell me if you need anything.
I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now.
If you insist.
Yay! Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori,
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. And of course, that leaves just one more person. And that's Natsuki. Can we just talk about the fact that these DDLC Plus streams are doing very poorly? I expected people to be interested in me playing this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still enjoying it, even if it's not doing too well on the channel. But according to my statistics up there, well, for you it's down here, right? For you it's right down here. According to the statistics, it looks like I only have 1 viewer, so that is not what I like to see. But you will. I'm having fun playing this, so I'll keep going even if it drags my channel average down. It's gonna drag it down so much, but I do not care because I'm having fun. Unlock all the side areas you need to see secret scenes. Okay, I see. The special scenes. Understood, but that I can do. That is easy. Who should I show my poem to next? Maybe people forgot, but I kind of announced this stream earlier today, saying that yeah, I would definitely stream again today. But you're probably right. It might just be because I haven't been streaming for a while. Okay, Natsuki.
Let's see.
You're certainly enthusiastic today.
Of course. You know I like your writing.
I'm just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before.
Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about.
Natsuki? What? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? Eh? The stupid fly in here, I'm gonna... Oh well. What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best. Right? Took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. She acts like she's the best, and other people might think that way too. Choose Monika and Sayori when the game asks you who to spend... Okay, yes, I'll do it. I'll try to spend the weekend with them, which will not work, so I'll have to choose between Yuri and Natsuki, but I'll try the other two first, just for the sake of it. So I can get the achievement, was it? And maybe special scene at the end. I'll wait and see. She wants to grow. Nah. She acts like the best because she naturally is the best. She's obviously best girl. There's no doubt about it. I want to die. You know how annoying it is if you have a fly in your room that constantly says, oh yeah, no, this is a nice spot to land. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna land on your arm now. Oh, you don't want me here. I guess I'll fly around your face a little bit. Oh well. Right? Code, please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just tell me that I'm the best. Tell her she's the best, guys. Everyone tell her she's the best, right now. Natsuki best girl, just tell her. 3 flies here. Oh, I am not jealous of your situation right now. Suffocating underneath the blanket. Haha. No, tell her she's the best. She really wants to hear it. Tell her she's the best. Don't wiggle your way out of this. Monika, second best girl. I just really need to hear that from someone. You can hear it from me. Natsuki, your best girl. No problem. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems like before this. Natsuki. Because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, that's so cute, just like you, Natsuki? Sometimes I don't want to be cute, but nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey Natsuki, if you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. Monika is second best. It depends, you know, when not Blue Skies. When World of Dreams Act 2 comes out. Because so far World of Dreams has really, really brought Monika closer and closer to my heart. And when Act 2 comes out, I feel like the balance between best girls might shift more in Monika's favor. But right now she takes a very close second place, okay? We'll see when that releases. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. Place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Don't read it! Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem from the desk. It's not any good. And I know you hate my poems, so you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Well, why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. Wow. Talking down about your own style of writing when you literally share the same style as her. Hey, my style sucks. I mean, I am copying your style. So that's why my style sucks, but yeah, sure. Yuri stabs you in the back, wouldn't that be fun? Again, if you redeem it here, it's not gonna do anything. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it. But I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well. But sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of the problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it? Yeah, I can. I can in fact read it. I have eyes and I have learned how to read and write. So yeah. Just turn that way. I want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. Because you. Here we go. Managed to buy it. Good to hear that. Because I bought it too, and I'll buy the physical release as well. I am supporting these developers as much as I can. Then again, not as much as I can, because I to this day haven't bought any of the official DDLC merch. But oh well, this is support enough for me. Okay, let's go. Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter, with me around. But when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward, because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout. But my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty, because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars. But when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller, because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's all torn apart? My faith is a little bit stronger, because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but I try my best. But my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me, because you. Chain reaction. Oh well. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not that I don't like it. I was just a little surprising to read. I guess I'm not used to hearing you say such, hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that. Baka. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for misunderstanding the point sometimes. You know what? Give me a second. I want to do something real quick. Fear not, I am not dead. I just had to take care of something. Did you miss me? Did you miss me that much? Was I gone for too long? I know I was. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well, and I'm happy that you showed this to me. I liked it. Well, yeah. I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's... meaningful. Ah, I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do so, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Huh? Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. Just, I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Imagine getting banned from this game. What do you mean getting banned from this game? I don't quite see what you'd be meaning though. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah. Hang on a second, I thought I solved a problem, but it isn't solved yet. Give me one more moment. Natsuki's not taking over the stream. I am back. No need to go around about this. No. Okay. So that should hopefully be the last time I try to solve a problem in the middle of stream. I do very much apologize, but these flies are just annoying. Hopefully they're all gone now, so we should be good to go. I just really wanted to get rid of them because I hate this. Playing Pong with the delete button. Wow. Wow. Really going that far as to... Okay, sure. Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem.
Okay, you three.
Sorry, Monica, I guess I interrupted your little game of Pong. Oh well. Wait, just look at my best friend, I couldn't even... Wow. Wow. Okay, wow, that's a quote. I'm guessing it's from Junewald play... I'm guessing it's Junewald playing the DLC when that was said. Yikes.
Well done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out...
Hold on a second. Is it just me or did you say something strange just now? From this game, yeah, I figured as much.
Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right, you deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is a common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
In your books, maybe, but in this one too. You always have the best quotes. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
Well, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Who?
That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people.
Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine.
What did she say?
Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. We might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted. Yes, Sayori and Monica choice, I know. I don't think the order matters, does it? I think I can go Monica and then Sayori. I'm assuming the order doesn't really matter, but I think I'll go Monica first, simply because, well, her dialogue is a little bit shorter, I think. Actually, no. You know what? Nah. I'll see. I'll go top to bottom, whichever one of them is higher up. Actually, you know what? No, I will go Sayori first, because Sayori is a little bit different from the rest, because she's has a little ... at the end. So it makes sense to pick her first. I don't know why I'm thinking too much about this. It really doesn't change too much.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. No, Natsuki's pouting too.
Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around.
That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have a beautiful handwriting, you know. So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere.
Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. God damn it, it's still in here. Not useless. No. We don't talk about what you just said.
That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Code.
The one who is truly useless.
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It will probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that.
Is Monica suggesting I spent the weekend with one of my club members? How could she suggest something so indecent? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? Oh, I'm sorry, should I have read that as a moan? How are they going to respond?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Code may not like to be around you if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
And yeah, she totally burned her desk with a laser vision, because she has that, of course. Hold on, I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Code to...
What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't? Just what do you think?
Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Code to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really got the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in...
You literally just said...
I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez. Can we just settle this already?
Yeah. Code, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Ah. Of course.
Very well. In that case...
Everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I am going to go with... Sayori. I mean... If it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors and...
What Monica said...
Monica said that Sayori was helping her? Jeez. Do you really hate us that much? No.
Sorry, I didn't really mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay?
Okay, Monica, I'll think of the club. I'll think of you. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica.
Yay, you picked me.
Siren, yeah. What? I do not understand that. Dippy! Ayo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Don't worry, we still haven't encountered any real new content. But we are close to finishing Act 1. So, we're getting somewhere. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us?
But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already more suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well.
Have I missed a stream or two? Well, I don't think so. It's just that I haven't been streaming for like 4 or 5 days. Which I sincerely want to apologize for. Yeah, no, it's 4 days. It's 4 days. Because I didn't stream on Friday and haven't streamed the weekend and yesterday. So yeah, it's been 4 days since my... 4 days without streams. Naturally, I still got my daily content out because I got the archives, haha. I was like in that state where I was like, I could not stream for an entire week and still continue daily uploads with the archives just so I can keep up my, you know, daily activity. So, yeah. But yeah, you didn't miss anything.
But you already have Sayori as well. But Code was the one who...
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, damn it, now I skipped a line. That doesn't matter. You're the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club.
Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the one with ulterior motives.
Excuse me?
Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica.
Yeah? We have a lot of work to do, you know? We won't do as good a job if you make us work alone.
Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources.
So are you going to do the right thing, President?
Okay, I get it. It's technically most logical for Code to help one of you two, so I guess that's what he'll do. Do you have a preference code?
Alright, there you have it. I picked both of those separate choices. Apparently that's gonna help unlock something new, which I am happy about. But now, it's time to pick best girl! Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Huh? Just a minute ago you were saying that.
That's because... Never mind, okay?
Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri?
I read that more in the Yuri voice than Monika's voice because I can't have a Monika!
You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Oh, of course. I'm used to it after all. That's good.
Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited?
Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts.
What about you, Code?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri?
She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting too. It's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that you might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do, and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look. Natsuki goes over and puts her hands on Yuri's shoulders, reaching all the way up there, the shortest person putting her hands on the shoulders of the tallest one. Hey, at least, you know, since Yuri has her gaze pointed downward because she's looking down in shame, that means Natsuki's the perfect person to talk to her because she'd be right, you know, in the perfect spot to look at her. Because Yuri's looking down anyway. It just works out. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. But you're gonna make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way people feel during the performance. So you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction.
You didn't really mean that, did you?
Not really, but... Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more here today. So I guess it's best for us to head out.
Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so...
Fair enough, there's nothing wrong with that.
Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? Huh? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend? You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me? Write poem more than made you write about the last side story in DDLC. What would you have to do? Well, it would take forever to get to that, because I'm not gonna spoil myself on it, meaning you'd have to wait all the way until I'm done with the game. And then I'd start writing it. So, yeah. That's what would happen. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Ha! Natsuki gives me her number. Okay. I'm coming over on Sunday. I bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like, I could have a guy over at my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now, so that's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. You better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone. I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. I need your number. Damn it. I am going to kill everyone in my vicinity if this stupid fly doesn't just keel over dead right now. Ooh, it's taunting me. It's just taunting me. I can't believe this. Natsuki's coming to my house on Sunday. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. First go with it, then I'll have a good time. Flies flying as a flying fly flies flying into the room. You know, let me tell you something. Speaking of nice sentence structures and flying, this is one that I think only works properly in German, but it's another one of those where you basically line the same word up back to back to back to back, and it makes a fully working sentence, despite it sounding like you're just repeating the same word. So, let me just say that, because it's related to flies. And no one's gonna understand it, because barely anyone here knows German, but oh well. Wenn Fliegen hinter Fliegen fliegen, 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 Fliegen nach. Well. And there you have it. Just lining the same word up, back to back, and it makes a fully working sentence. Ah, the beauties of language. I'm sure there's more stuff like that. Oh well, if I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. Nah. It's already Sunday. I mean, if you want, I can just post the full thing in chat. So you can read it, or maybe pop it into Google Translate, but I could translate it for you. It basically means... Oh, well, how do I translate it with best? Alright, it's actually quite simple. If flies fly behind flies, then flies follow flies in flight, basically. Wenn Fliegen hinter Fliegen, 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 Fliegen nach. It's such a nice sentence. Okay, I see the beginning of a sentence, but it's missing the rest of it. It's already Sunday. Is it though? Last time I checked it was... Actually, last time I checked it was Tuesday, but now it's already Wednesday for me, technically. Oh well. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. Keep telling myself that there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. Excuse me, what? My phone has a... in-trans... Your phone has a built-in translator, I'm guessing is what you're trying to say. Okay then. Interesting. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kinda saw that one coming. Of course, translator apps don't usually work perfectly. By putting Natsuki aside, also, one more thing. To speed things up a little bit. In the, in chapter, in Act 2, I think I'm gonna set the settings to, being able to skip text that I've already seen, so we'll just get to see unseen text. Because I'm already replaying this game after already having experienced it, and Act 2, once again, is very similar to Act 1, having only a few minor differences. So, hang on. Where were you when Fly died? I was sitting in my room playing DDLC. When suddenly Fly is dead. Fly is die. Fly is die. Hooray. Now I can keep going in peace. Putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard anything from Sayori since she left club earlier the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over, but yeah, okay, I'll set it to skip everything except for unseen dialogue, and we'll skip through Act 2, just to speed things up a little bit. Who knows, maybe we'll actually finish Act 2 today as well. I'm not entirely counting on it, but it could be possible. I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like what we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. That is apparently the case. Coming over and I gently open the door. Not yet. We aren't gently opening any doors yet. We're opening them with as much force as possible. No gently opening doors, not this time. The house is quiet. You see that pun? You see that? Very funny. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori?
Hi, Code.
I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today?
Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayo had already left by the time that we decided that last meeting.
Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today?
Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
So it's just me and Natsuki then.
Yep.
There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. If only you knew how wrong you were. So... Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, Code.
Huh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings. If I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Torture! Yay!
Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile.
You really put me in a trap, Code. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really just gonna go and make me say it, aren't you, Code? Guess I've no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their life and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like.
Grab Sayori by the cheek. No. No snapping. That is Natsuki. And Natsuki won't be snapping either. Not now.
And that's why I just want to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me.
I'm in shock. Can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Huh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? Jesse, welcome back. How is it going? How you been? Just playing some DDLC. About to finish Act 1. Very hype. Hanging out with Sayori right now. Gonna be hanging out with Natsuki in a second. Natsuki hangout gonna be hype. Hang out with Best Girl. Almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I can do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. Hang time, almost. It's almost time to hang out with Best Girl. And after that, we'll see who we'll hang out with. Guess we just gotta hang in for a little bit longer. Hang in there a little bit longer. All you had to do was tell me.
You don't understand at all, Code. Well, why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have had to waste your effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Bat being swung against my head. Yay, I enjoy that.
In all honesty though, depression, serious thing. Just, I'm making fun of it because because I know this particular scene a lot. But depression as a whole, that is not a topic you can just belittle. It's a very serious thing, and yeah, just because I can make fun of it when it's in a game doesn't mean it's a fun topic normally. So please, that just keep your depression and suicide jokes confined to video games, please. Now, with that out of the way, let's actually get back into it, because I feel like I'm bringing the mood down by talking about this.
That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club. It feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
You're right that I don't understand. But I just don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, Code. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streaked down Sayori's face.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace.
Code?
Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Code?
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Code,
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. Oh, those feelings will go away, don't you worry about that. All her feelings will go away in just a moment. I shouldn't be saying this, I really shouldn't. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know. I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't really understand any of my feelings, Code. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too.
Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? Would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. Hands burn through her skin. Wow. Yeah, my hugs are so warm, I'm literally on fire. No.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it. Say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki's about to come over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. Definitely. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. We are fine. I spent only a few minutes back at home, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Sup? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. I do be shrimping a bit for Natsuki. She's best girl in my opinion, and Monika is very closely behind her, taking a very close second place. And honestly, depending on how the World of Dreams mod continues, it might shift my perspective around a little bit more. So yeah. But I do like Natsuki though. Actually, I like all of the girls in Doki Doki Literature Club, but Natsuki slightly more than the others. So yes. You got a problem with that? Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki's carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all the way just to find that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You brought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she is a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality code? Come on, since when do I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. This is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I'm impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey. Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? Eh? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they think I'm only worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Dio, main character, Mura. Of course. Of course. I always when I read comments, I'm like in that weird state where I'm like, do I just jump back into the game? Should I say something else? I'm not sure what to do. I think I'll just get reading again. And then I always have this little bit of an awkward pause, and it's just horrible. If I don't have anything to say, I need to jump right back into the dialogue to avoid these stupid awkward pauses because I feel like it's just stupid. Are you getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you speak your mind like that. Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki? Forget it! I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. Shaggy was always the most powerful character in the universe. I don't know what you're talking about. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. I need a second. Anyway, what was I? Oh, right, Natsuki. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. I know. Oh, no. Gross. Hey, was that to me? Who else? Man, let's just get started already. You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Code. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please, spare me. You're sure to know, Code. Hey, okay, let's talk about the game again, okay? We're just playing the game. It's all about the main character here, not about me. It's not about me, it's about the main character. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid. What kind of fluid? I feel like everyone makes that joke, right? Who doesn't make that joke? Plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Oh. Damn it, I should stop making these stupid innuendos. It's just stupid. No one wants to hear that. Meanwhile, Natsuki's babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Code, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even though the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Did you want to? You're asking me? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so come on. You're not putting your heart into this at all. Can you at least try to have fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki's trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls to put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes light up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah. Maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Jeez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. Fun until the minute goes 60 minutes and 1 second. The minute goes 60 minutes and 1 second. I think you mean the hour. You will. Anyway. After a few seconds, who put the crap into the batter? Wow, good point. Why do you need to beat the crap out of it? Who put it in? Why do we need to beat it out of it now? How do you beat something out of it? After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks her finger in the icing and pops it into her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. Oh no, you don't need to beat it out of me. It comes out quite naturally whenever I use the bathroom, so... I'd like to see you try. I push harder. Just as I do in the bathroom. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some of the with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. The force of Natsuki pulling me caused me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face! Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez, you know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger towards my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Here we are. This is it. Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I didn't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do it to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't tease you, huh? I shouldn't tease her, huh? Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't be doing this either. I take Natsuki's finger, put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. Licking intensifies, yes. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki's so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Coward, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. Time to strike, yes. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in there, dummy. Case? What case? What case? What do you mean case? Case closed? No. Me and Natsuki, we get along, okay? I'm doing the awkward pause again, aren't I? You left a dirty tray in there. Baka! How could you make a mistake like that? You could have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. She's not going to sue me. She has no proof. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Quick wipe off her finger. Don't leave any evidence behind. That smells so good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Chop off her finger. No, I think then I'd be... Then she'd try to sue me for a different reason. Very different reason. It's not like I need you to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. I probably won't be using it this time, though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. Yeah, we're just talking about the tip right now, right? That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like, happy birthday or whatever. Huh, I see. Happy birthday or whatever would be a nice message. Imagine. Honestly, Natsuki would be the kind of person who, if she gives you a birthday cake, it would just say on big letters, happy birthday or whatever. It would say it just like that. Let's face it. It's not like I like you or anything, but happy birthday or whatever. Not like I care. That gives me an idea, actually. Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose the cupcakes based on the word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid. But that's actually a really cute idea, so... maybe I'm getting it from you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. Well... Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Huh? Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the pace and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. Choose the word because it contain the maximum amount of icing. Wow. Look at you being creative, such a wonderful word. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. But you know technically they're talking about kanji characters, right? Of course they said words because not everyone, because there are some people like, what do be kanji? So try to pick as complicated of a kanji as possible, so there's as little free space in between all the different lines, so that way you can get the maximum amount of icing on it. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. And there we have it. What is kanji? Oh, what could it be? Whatever could kanji be? Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Sarah's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Kanji characters, you know, the basic Japanese and technically also Chinese writing system. You know, other than katakana and hiragana. Katakana and hiragana are just single syllables, but kanji are the actual characters you mainly use. You know. Those little complicated squiggles that no one really understands, and that are a pain in the ass to learn, as I can say from experience. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly, but yeah, technically, kanji characters can be a single kanji character can be an entire word, or you can put them together to form new words. For example, the word, well, day is, well, the word for sun is one single kanji character. The word for book is one single kanji character. And if you put the kanji for sun and for book together, you get the kanji for Japan. Actually, you don't get the kanji for Japan, you get the word, because the word consists of 2 different kanji, but you know what I mean. Sun plus book equals Japan. Understood? Good. Missed kiss mission failed? Absolutely. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you always have this chance. Japan equals sun and literature. Yes. And as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. Who else would you place it on? You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you. Ah, yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I will walk you out, I guess. I will place it on a table, honestly. Place what on a table? The cupcakes? Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even get the opportunity to grow closer to her like I wanted? Oh, the blame. Yes, of course. Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki? What you said before about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, just like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere, they are 18 plus, don't forget. Yes, they are legal. Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Code? I thought you only care about getting this done. Sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. I like that. I mean, the way it looks, because they increased the quality of this image as well, right? Because it wasn't it just a zoom in where you could tell, where you definitely could tell that it's zoomed in because the quality didn't look as great. The quality definitely hasn't gone down despite the fact that it's zoomed in, unless this is a specific sprite that they actually created a high quality close-up of her. You know, they could have created a high quality close-up of her as a separate sprite. Don't know, either way, it's nice, it's nice. The detail in this game, it's so nice. Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki? Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. Feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. I felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Huh?
Hi, Code.
Sayori! Just now we weren't... Oh, we absolutely were.
It's okay, Code. I just stopped by to say hi.
Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so...
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. Makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Code? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Code. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish.
I will choose best friends forever. I mean, I'm on the Natsuki route. How could I pick Sayori and lie to her? I can't tell Sayori I'm in love with her when I'm clearly going for Natsuki. She will always be my dearest friend. I'm gonna friend zone her so hard, even if that's not really helpful with her depression right now. Because lying is really just even worse.
Monika was right. I should just...
Monika? Monika was right about what? Sayori? What I said before is true. I am not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Code. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Well, I guess reality can be very frightening sometimes. Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Code, I like you so much that I want to die.
Well, if you want to die, then no, don't.
That's how I feel. And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. No! Unprotected hand-holding! Do you remember how I said, I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. This massive no. I feel horrible for that one. Sayori, you are stuck in the friend zone. You are stuck in the friend zone, that's just it. You'll always be my dearest friend. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monika told me the truth. You told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise. I'll help get things back to the way they were. You shouldn't make promises you can't keep because you are not a professional therapist.
I see.
So he forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression.
Yes, that's what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest. I should write a poem about this.
Sayori?
It's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? For being selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing is, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Code. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all, so...
Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees.
Ah!
Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I am not gonna scream as loudly as I can because it's the middle of the night. And that would be rude. I am so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulders, flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori? I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. She's on her knees. Not even gonna comment on that. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. You know what? I'm just gonna assume that that you were referencing the potential of her confessing her feelings, like as in proposing to me, and that's why she's on her knees. Not the other alternative, which I know exists in your mind, and this is probably the one you meant, but I'm choosing to believe you meant a proposal. Yes, I still commented on it despite the fact that I said not to. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. Yeah! Contact a therapist for her. Or make her contact a therapist. It's basically the only thing that you can do. Because you are not a professional. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. So it will always be my dearest friend. And I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's the day of the festival! Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Also no music, that's always nice, you know? Silence. Pure silence. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully staking 2 trays. Natsuki's already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend more time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. Check the pictures. Why then? I could check all that stuff at the very end, you know? I know that stuff exists. When I didn't even, since when I first booted up the game, it put me directly into the DLC. But when I booted it up today, it actually put me in the menu, meaning I saw where to access the side stories and the pictures. But I will access that stuff later. For now, I want to focus on the actual gameplay here. And then later on, at some point, we'll check through the gallery and stuff, you know. When everyone is happy. When everyone is happy, that's a good opportunity to look at pictures. I'm more excited for it to be over, so I can spend the time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too.
Code, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early.
That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared to have all the poems we were performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. Of course, MC going for Monika no matter what we do. So that's the one I'll be performing.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. That idiot. Sono baka. Sono baka ne. Honto ne. You think that on days this important she try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. Also, can we talk about how extreme... You take it for granted, but it's really incredibly ominous that this entire day doesn't have any music. That's just like it's completely dead silent. There's not a single sound coming from the game. And that is atmosphere, if I ever got atmosphere. This is atmosphere. Just deafening silence. I only said it because that's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all.
You should take a little responsibility for her, Code. I mean, especially after the exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know?
Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president after all.
But I stammer embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
Huh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that.
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure. That Monica smile? Nah. Cannot mimic her smile. Can I... I'd need to lean forward a bit more for that, and then... Nah, not doing it. Not trying to mimic it. If I ever do, like, a full-on 3D stream like that, I'll try to mimic Monica's pose at some point. Just to see if I can pull it off. I mean, anyone could probably pull it off, but it's just... how much can you make it look like the proper pose? And how awkward is it to just stand in that pose? Grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Or not.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flip to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Okay, this poem is called Percent. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. And yes, I counted exactly how many times I needed to read Get Out of My Head. And at this point, it doesn't even seem like a sentence anymore. No, I counted. I did count. One of us miscounted. Not sure if it was you or me. But I definitely I definitely counted them as I read along. Don't know which one of us miscounted, but one of us did. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach.
Code? What's wrong?
Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so...
Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself.
Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Monica be like... Wait. There. Monica do be like... What was I thinking? Should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's no big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her feel happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Look at the drawings. Okay, fine, I'll look at the drawings. Later. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. Wait, that was barely audible. Hang on. I'll swallow louder for you. There. When did this turn into ASMR? Can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
起きてください、バカ。おい、バカ、起きてください。朝だよ。
I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. I am pressing the button. Oh crap, let me read that. Soto door o akekeru. Let me tell you how I would have phrased it, but, you know, I'm not a translator. Door o yukuri... Wait. Door o yukuri akitemasu. Akerimasu. Damn it! Grammar! I know ake is open. And, well, the word for door is just door. Door o yukuri akimasu. I'm just stalling at this point. Let's just do it. Sayor. Okay, shock has worn off. Game script. Yep. Good old game script. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me most? Came at my least... Well, look at the positive side. It's now over, basically. Your least favorite part is now over, so look at the positive side. Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now I can never take it back. Never. By the way, I don't think I ever did this, but I think the game also restarts if you try to save at this point. So let's try the save gimmick and see if that does in fact do the thing. Because now we're not getting any dialogue anywhere, I think. Wait. Wait, that works? You can still save? Didn't actually think you could still save at this point. I mean, if I load, I know it will cause problems. The question is, what happens if I load this save point? Because Sayori's file is already deleted, right? Her file should already be gone. So if I load this save file, where her file should already be deleted, is it still gonna cause problems? I mean, they most likely didn't think about that, let's face it. I'm thinking it's the same thing if I load this or this, but let's try it, just for the heck of it. Loading will lose unsaved progress. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. Yup. I figured that would happen. I mean, it was worth a try. Imagine if there was actually a little Easter egg where if you saved at a point where Sayori's file was already deleted and you went back to it, it would actually work. Welp, save was corrupt, starting a new game. Act 2, look at the drawings. Okay, fine. Actually, this is actually technically still Act 1.5. So we'll go through Act 1.5 into Act 2 real quick. That shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's only a couple of lines. So, yeah. Just going through Act 1.5 real quick. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. That beat! Okay, that's Act 1.5 done. Achievement unlocked, start a new game. Nice. Yeah. No, that was Act 1.5. We just cleared Act 1.5, now we're in Act 2. Okay. So, what it wants me to do, in order to look at the pictures, I need to exit the DLC. Also, you want me to say no. Oh, that actually is an achievement. Thank you for telling me. Good thing I checked. Yeah. But now we exit. So we can check the pictures as you wanted. Wow. Title screen. All the characters. The stickers. Okay, that's nice. Valentine's Day. You're mine. The poems are in here. Oh, right, yeah, 2 pages. So the poems are in pictures, so you can reread them. Of course, the character artwork here. The backgrounds. Poem minigame. Concept sketch. Okay, that's nice. We'll get back into Act 2 in a second, don't worry about it. for the second CG. And this concept sketch, which we haven't actually seen the proper thing in game yet. Yeah, we're still missing a lot. I didn't see any real secret images in there that I wouldn't have seen otherwise, other than, you know, the concept art and the sketches. So yeah, we'll see that other stuff later on, probably. Okay, where were we? Right. Let me go into settings real quick. Skip. Alright, so everything's enabled. We don't skip after choices, or we don't skip unseen text. So as soon as the skip button so as soon as we can press the skip button, we'll do it. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them will probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. Always loved. Oh, it's just the upbeat, cute music. This game is not suitable for children. Yes, I know. Not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. If you are suffering from anxiety or depression, you may not have a safe time playing this game. Do you consent to that you are at least 13 years of age and agree to exposure of highly disturbing content? I consent to highly disturbing content. Doki Doki! It's so nice. Most of them will probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Code?
Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yes it has. Monica smiled sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... what did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that, I actually quit the debate club.
Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And in that case, what club did...
That's me. In that case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm making a new one. A literature club.
Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps a manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica say she? Did she just mention best girl?
Hey Code, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but could you at the very least visit my club? It would make me really happy. Please?
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out.
Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Code, you know that?
It's nothing really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important.
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. By the way, Rob, if you're ever trying to rob my soul again, remember, I already sold it to Monica. You're not getting it. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Being generally used for third-year classes and activities. I still don't quite know why they took that line out of it. Maybe to make it a bit more ambiguous as to what year they're currently in. Oh well. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
I'm back.
That was one of those random chance events, right? That's not guaranteed to happen, is it? That's not a guaranteed to happen event. I think. I think that was a random event that only had a chance of happening. Guys, this playthrough very unique, everyone. Hey. It's guaranteed? Really? I thought it wasn't. I could have sworn I've had playthroughs where this didn't happen. And anyway. Huh. Oh, the pictures in the background! That I know isn't guaranteed. That shows up sometimes.
And I brought a guest with me. Huh? Guest?
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Code.
All words escaping the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Well, I wouldn't say full. If there was one more girl in here, I'd consider it to be full. Like this, it's like... It's not quite what I would consider a full club. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Trying to gauge if Monica's gonna be sad, but she doesn't look like it.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Makes her look like one. Whereas in the original, remember, makes me think she is probably a first year. And they very deliberately replaced that because makes me think she is probably one. Sounds too much like it's almost confirming that she was one, which she wasn't. Which is why they changed this. I believe that's the reason they changed it. So yeah. Just pointing this out.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you.
So I ran into Code in the classroom, and he decided to come and check out the club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica? Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know.
Sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right?
Ah, we're not getting best girls cupcakes, how horrible.
Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Code?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room, picks up opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica.
So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Oh yeah, exciting definitely. Fun, probably not for all of them. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important.
Please skip button. This is clearly repetition text. Why are you not working?
I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate.
Sips tea. Cupcakes are the best character. Yes, the cupcakes. No, not the rope, the cupcakes.
Right, Natsuki?
Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not... Insulted Yuri looks away.
I meant that You know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Code, what kind of things do you like to read?
Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Honestly, why is the skip button not lighting up? Like, yeah, but don't skip unseen text, okay? But allow me to skip, please, because this isn't unseen text. We've seen this before. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Like tea, but my dumbass can't tell the difference. The difference between what different kinds of tea? Honestly, don't blame you. I mean, sometimes you can definitely taste it, like there are some kinds of tea that are a little more sweet, which usually those are the ones I prefer. I prefer my tea to be sweet, which is why I usually add a little bit of sugar in there, like a cube or two. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke about thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious that by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the worlds of books, not people.
But you know I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I could relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I didn't expect that from you, Yuri.
Wait, that changed. Yeah, no.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
That definitely changed, yeah. Bye, Code. Also like my tea. Sweet. Well, goodbye to you. Guess you're going to sleep now. So sleep tight. And have a good night.
Oh, that's so. Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, even only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to read about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud and give that back.
Fine, fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Can you tell that I'm speeding up a little bit because this text is for some reason not marked as repetition text, but it clearly is. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can help set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Code?
Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
What? I'm sorry, I thought...
The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I should tell you the truth, Code. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form our official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club once more. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Code?
Yeah. Could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed.
Code, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Oh, you will? Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Code, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. We'll still go for Natsuki, by the way. You've unlocked a special poem! Which one is it? A dream. I was wandering an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. Just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall. Anything. Suddenly, the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. Yikes! Okay, poem time! Bunny. Candy. Swimsuit. Pout. Cheeks. Cute. Email. Nibble. Kawaii. Friends. Lollipop. That one seems more like a Yuri thing. Silly. Pink. Skirt. Hop. Doki doki. Bubbles. Kitty. Almost made it. I feel like I can do this. Out of all of these, maybe party? Yuri doesn't seem like the party person. I'm gonna go fun. Okay? And finally, to finish it off, ribbon.
Hi again, Code. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Hello? Was that a random event or was that a guaranteed event? I'm never too sure about this, you know.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Code. This isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
This is definitely a guaranteed event. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
I'm sorry, Code. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
By the way, the Sayori poster is no longer in the back, so that's a huge plus in my opinion. Get it? A huge plus because I'm playing DDLC plus. Oh. That loop was a little bit off, but I guess that's the point.
Make sure you put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway, now that you're part of the club and all, perhaps you might be interested in picking up a book to read?
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask.
Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. That's nice, but I'll keep reading with Natsuki.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Good. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! Microwave go. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. You know, everyone remembers that time Natsuki turned into a microwave, right? The phone just decided it was gonna not exist. It vanished. It vanished into subspace. Then it returned. It returned from its journey. What's the point in keeping your collection all organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes around the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Natsuki go, sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't really admit you're into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, of course it's written on my face. I'm a 3D anime avatar. How can I not like it? Oh, it is kind of written on my face. Look at this face and tell me I don't like anime. Anyway, what's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. It probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass of that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. Just imagine I like anime being written on your forehead. Yes. You know what? I'm thinking, should I just for a joke? I mean, it'd take a moment to do that, so I'm not doing it now. But should I, in between streams, just actually go out of my way to write it on my forehead? Just so I could say, hey, look, it is literally written on my forehead. Look. I could do that. But it'd take a moment, so I'm not doing it now. Also, I'm not even sure if it's worth going through that. Yes, alright. Well, in the next CDLC stream, you know what's gonna be written on my forehead. If it's not written on my forehead immediately, just ask me about it and I'll add it. What's the tone of your voice? But I'll tell you one thing, Code. Consider this a lesson straight from the lit. Don't judge a book. I will. Okay, I won't do that. Thank you. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the box. She shoves the book into my hands. Ah, I stare at the cover. Remember when I read all these lines out and read the R as in a moaning voice? She shoves it straight into my hands. Ah. I remember that. And it wasn't funny. And I did it anyway. I read the onomatopoeia in the most lewd voice possible. I stared at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Ooh-ah. Wah! No! Yamete kudasai! Nazi grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. No, I'm not ready yet. I made that exact same joke in Act 1, didn't I? I am just so original, aren't I? Also, that bra is very well deserved, yes. She then takes a seat against the wall, beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Huh? Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Nazi crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. Didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. Hashtag floor gang. Yes, of course. We're doing floor gang now. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and forth to the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Ha! I could ever get any of my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. Can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? I just want to punch them in the face. Which always has some kind of plot hole. Or does it know? Elaborate. Also, how can there be plot holes when there's so little plot to begin with? Oh. No, but Slice of Life usually, I mean, it's more comedy focused usually, because yeah, it has to be entertaining to make up for the common lack of plot. But I don't mind that. I do enjoy myself a good comedy. Just, even if there's no continuous plot, as long as I can get a good laugh out of it, I usually enjoy it. Whole thing is a plot hole. Guess that makes sense. I mean, speaking of slice of life anime, I recently decided to watch Gamers. Don't know if anyone knows that show. Basically, if I had to describe Gamers, it would just be misunderstandings the anime. Like, seriously. It's not the most entertaining show I've ever seen, but it still got a good laugh out of me every now and then, so yeah. A good one. Good one. Plus, the main reason I watched it was just because I was really interested after seeing the opening and all the references they had in it. Especially after seeing the Smash reference in the opening. Anyway, yeah, back to regularly scheduled programming. But you want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. My existence is a plot hole. How so? Now this is the moment where you bust out the family issues. Like, for one, children are supposed to be born when people are supposed to get married when they love each other, and then they have kids to further cement that. Well, how am I born then, and how are my parents married and I am born when they don't like each other at all? Massive plot hole A. That's definitely... But no, please. Nothing serious like that. Nothing, not here. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. It's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Bunch of dots. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I think it's isolation. My mom has had 3 husbands, all of which... yikes. I am very sorry to hear that. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm the best... If I want to talk about... If I want to go too in-depth in topics like that. I mean, I try to keep stuff a little bit more upbeat. And when I talk about dark stuff, I'm just like... I usually prefer addressing it in a more joking manner. Because, again, yeah. It's okay. Okay, good to know. It's just... made me worry for a second. But if you're sure you're fine, then... If you're sure you're fine, then I choose to trust you on this. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki? Yeah? Suddenly Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Ah, beautiful music. Don't you like this music?
Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay?
Monica, why did you stop the music? Come on, it was just getting good.
Here.
Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. Told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it in her mouth.
Don't worry, Code. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now?
I was jamming, yes, I know, it's horrible. Guess we might as well bring it up to her right now. Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I wanted to know I'm putting in effort. Also, I want to complain to her immediately.
Hi, Code. Having a good time so far?
Yeah. I was having a good time until you interrupted it.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
I know you're always listening. And I was also listening to a real jam that you just cancelled. I should probably drop that topic now. Dragging it out for too long would just ruin it.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, wanna share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Code. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, Code.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
No. It kind of makes me think of something Atsuki would write. And she's a good writer too, so take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you.
Thanks for the advice. I will do that. I am interested in her. Just, okay. From now on, every time I hang out with her, keep a snack on me. Got it.
She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down, like earlier. It's just a guess, but I think she's so small because some malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in Wall, Part 2. Let's go. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced around my surroundings. But my burned eyes could no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling music. And the sound of frantic crawling, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen.
So what do you think?
It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. And when performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or any story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. So just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
And that's Monica out of the way. Yuri is next. Hello, Yuri. How are you doing? Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Sorry, I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading through it.
Oh, here we go. The skip button actually works for this dialogue. Look at that. The skip button works for once. Does it work here too? Oh my god, the skip button works. Took you long enough. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Yeah, I know, it's a miracle. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Oh, get ready, get ready. It's time for waifu wars. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Oh, dear God. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
Ha! If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Code did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Toad liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress a new member, Yuri.
Well, that's not what I... you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Code appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Ha! And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Code started showing up.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch.
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Code hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if he just noticed I was standing there.
Code, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. How did I get right into this? Blah, 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 blah. Best girl! Whoa! Okay, that's new. It's not just me, right? They're getting closer together. Yeah, they're close. That's definitely new. They changed that. And Monica appears a little bit earlier. So, hi.
Hey Code, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay?
I'm really gonna need some tea today.
Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they've done yelling. Some president I am, right? Can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, look at best girl crying. This is all your fault, second best girl. She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri?
I didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Code, please don't hate me. Please. I am not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We all know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow, completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want.
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika.
You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm the vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Code. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understand.
Here we go. Time for Natsuki. Let's go. Music. Clumsy. Hop. Sparkle. Dream. Damn it. Jumpy. Anime. Fun. Vanilla. Games. Hair. Silly. Cute. Papa. Swimsuit. Bliss, okay. Kitty. Milk. Dazzle. And of course, Fluffy. I think we'll go up until sharing poems, maybe. I think we'll go up to sharing poems and then we'll call it quits for today, probably. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Welcome back, Code.
Ah, hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's squall still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulders looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at her desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we're just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, didn't make me think any less of you. I'd already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Code, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... sorry, what am I saying right now?
Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? You're just clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki's addressing her.
No, I haven't.
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but to worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So...
Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday?
Huh?
Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the type of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
But
I'll accept your apology anyway if if it makes you feel better about it. Besides, it's kinda nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
no, not at all. I don't hate you.
Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though? Hey. Suddenly the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not? What took you so long anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give you more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri.
You should play something for us sometime.
That's...
Monica looks at me.
Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
That sounds cool. I look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Code.
Monica smiled sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyways. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently.
I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet.
Code. Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time with me today. I mean in the club.
I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave the book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine.
She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there.
Ah, but I want to hang out with Best Girl. Okay, Yuri. Okay. Okay, third best girl. Sure. If you really want me to hang out with you, the way the music cut out was a little unexpected. What's the story about anyway?
Well,
I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover.
basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, not the thing about the limbs.
Weird fetish, but okay. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Code?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. My whole body gets incredibly... kind of forget to pay attention to others. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You have such beautiful eyes, Yuri.
Yes.
Also, hang on a second. Didn't the screen kind of go away before you could get a proper look at it? Normally, they changed it so it actually stays this way until you click again. Well, let's get a good look at this proper Yuri. Look at her, isn't she beautiful? Alright, that's enough.
I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Smooth.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
Sorry, I had to check. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. Soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Yeah. Bathing in the feeling of I couldn't quite read all of it.
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's and hold the book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. We're back to silence. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. By holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Huh?
To turn the page.
Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes before me, so I turn on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels almost like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a little silly, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit.
Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Huh? Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses the things she says and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling alright?
Huh?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri sits up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about?
Code? Did something happen just now?
Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. Yuri acting kinda sus. The Amogus joke. Oh, I did it. Look at him. He did an Amogus.
So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't
say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start sharing poems with each other now?
Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. And this is where we're ending it for today. Save it. Okay, that was a journey, and that was a journey so far. We're getting somewhere, we're definitely getting somewhere. Now let me... You know what, I'm gonna double and triple save here. Okay, that's saved. Now we do not need this anymore, we do not need the audio anymore, we need to look for someone to raid now. So let's look for someone to raid. Just a happy little raid. Happy little raid for a happy little content creator. What do we got? Alright, we're raiding someone new today. I've decided. Who are we raiding? I don't know yet. We'll find out together. If you have recommendations, now would be the time to voice them. Otherwise, I'll just, you know, go for it. Part of me really doesn't want to raid anyone playing the DLC Plus right now, just in case they're doing the side stories, because I don't want to see the side stories, because I want to experience them for myself. So, we're not raiding more DLC right now. Let's see, what do we do, what do we do? Could do Genshin. Let's try seeing if there's a small streamer playing Genshin right now. Sort by low to high. And see if there's someone here. For a small little 3 people raid. Again, I'm always open for recommendations, by the way. Always, anyways. Yeah. Preferably someone speaking English, because I sadly I do not speak Spanish, so rating a Spanish streamer would not be in my best interest. Never mind, people have already left. No, they haven't. Have they left or not? Which is it? My statistics are kind of going against each other. One says I still have 3 viewers, the other says I only have 1. Which is it? Can you please tell me that you're still here? Please, just stick around for the raid. It won't take long. Just stick around for the raid. If we don't have at least 2 people, then it's not worth it. Actually, I'd prefer if we had at least 3 people. I shall select who shall I select? I think hang on, let's check this person out. Yeah, no, everyone has already left. That's official. Okay, so no raid today, as sad as it is, because everyone already left. I was hoping that we could do a small raid, but that's a nope in that case. I apologize to anyone who could have been raided today. My viewers have decided that it's not happening. Anyway, I want to thank those of you for watching who are watching the archive currently, because I can't really thank any live viewers right now. because already gone. It happened. They're gone. All of them. It's like they've been deleted. Anyway, yeah, that's about where I'm ending it. DDLC Plus so far, not too many differences, but the differences we have seen were pretty nice. So next time we'll probably be able to finish the main game, because the rest of Act 2 should be doable and Act 3 doesn't normally take that long, so should be able to play it to the end in the next DDLC Plus stream. After that, I'll either try going for the good ending right away, or we'll do the side stories, one of the two. Which it's gonna be, we'll see. Anyway, that's about it for today. I want to once again thank you for watching, and I guess I'll hopefully see you next time. So, yeah. Bye.